Good morning, bachcho. Today we will discuss some of the important questions of surface chemistry, and their weightage is 3 marks. Let us start. All the questions, they generally carry few parts. Let us see the first question, which came in CBSE 2015. It is the definition type of question, in which you have to define homogeneous catalysis. Second is coagulation, and third is macromolecular colloid. Let us start with homogeneous catalysis. In this case of catalysis, the reactant catalysts are in same phase, that is either they are in solid, liquid or gaseous state. Let us see the example. SO2 exists in gaseous state, oxygen again in gaseous state, NO again in gaseous state. Here NO is acting as a catalyst and SO3 formed again in gaseous state. Therefore such type of catalysis is called as homogeneous. But if instead of NO you use platinum solid, at that time it will be called as heterogeneous catalysis. Second question is coagulation. Coagulation is the process of settling of colloidal particles forming precipitate. Third is macromolecular colloid. Macromolecular colloids in a suitable solvent forms a solution in which the size of macromolecule may be in colloidal range. And the typical example are the colloidal solution of starch, colloidal solution of protein, etc. So let us see here in case of macromolecular colloid. When in a suitable solvent some dispersed phase is mixed, this dispersed phase has a size in between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. That means in this case, in a suitable solvent, the macromolecule which already lies in a colloidal range is mixed. At that time you get a macromolecular colloidal solution, and the typical example is colloidal solution of protein, colloidal solution of starch. So starch and proteins, they form this type of colloidal solutions. Now next question, again a CBSE question. What is the difference between adsorption and adsorbate? The basic difference between adsorption and adsorbate is, in case of adsorption, it takes place on surface. It is a surface phenomena, while absorption is a bulk phenomenon. Second difference is, in case of adsorption, the concentration on the surface is greater. Concentration is greater on surface, while in this case the concentration is uniformly present in the bulk. And the typical example are water vapors are adsorbed. Water vapors are adsorbed on silica gel, while water vapors, they are absorbed by anhydrous calcium chloride. Okay. Now let us come to next question. Out of magnesium chloride and aluminium chloride, which is more effective in causing coagulation of negatively charged salt? Again this question is very important. According to Hardy-Schulze rule, the negatively charged salt will be coagulated by means of positive charge ions. And in this case you have two positive ions, one is magnesium 2 positive and second is aluminium 3 positive. And second rule is, higher the valency on the positive ion, more will be its coagulating power. So answer is aluminium chloride. It is more effective in causing coagulation of negatively charged salt because it carries greater positive charge, its valence is more. Next, out of sulfur, sol and protein which form multimolecular colloid. As I have told you in the previous question, the colloidal solution of protein is a typical example of multimolecular colloid. Now next question. Again, this is a definition type of question, and this question is, what is Brownian moment? And it is zigzag motion of colloidal particles. Zigzag motion of colloidal particle due to imbalance bombardment of particles of dispersion phase by dispersion medium. This is called as Brownian moment. तो Brownian moment में क्या होगा कि जो dispersion phase के particles हैं उनके ऊपर डिस्पर्शन मीडियम के जो पार्टिकल्स हैं वो इम्बैलेंस बम्बार्डमेंट करेंगे, विच रिजल्ट्स इन जिगजैग मोशन, एंड दिस जिगजैग मोशन इज कॉल्ड एज ब्राउनियन मूवमेंट. नेक्स्ट इज अगेन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट डेफिनेशन, दैट इज पेप्टाइजेशन. पेप्टाइजेशन इज अ प्रोसेस ऑफ कन्वर्टिंग precipitates into colloidal solution by shaking it with a small amount of electrolyte. Let us see here. In case of peptidization, what we do is we take freshly prepared PPTs, and these PPTs, they are treated with electrolytes. Now when electrolytes are added, at that time some of the ions get adsorbed. For example, suppose some positive ions are adsorbed. Due to the similar charges, this PPT get converted into smaller particles, and these smaller particles, they lie in a colloidal range. Therefore, peptidization is a process of converting freshly prepared PPTs into colloidal solution by shaking the dispersion medium in presence of small amount of electrolyte. Okay. Now next question is multimolecular colloid. According to the name, multi means many. In this case, the particles are small in size. Actually, their size is smaller than 1 nanometer. So large number of particles having size smaller than 1 nanometer, diameter less than 1 nanometer, they aggregate. And when they aggregate, they form a big particle, and that big particle lies in a colloidal range. And the typical example is colloidal solution of sulfur and colloidal solution of gold, colloidal solution of platinum are the typical example. Let us see next question. Next question is, write the dispersed phase and dispersed medium in case of dust. In case of dust, the solid is present as dispersed phase while medium is gas. So it is a typical example of aerosol. Now next question is, why is physiosorption reversible whereas chemical sorption is irreversible? The reason lie behind the attractive forces which operate between adsorbate and adsorbent, and we know that in case of physiosorption, the molecules are held on the surface of adsorbate by means of weak van der Waals forces. Therefore, these forces can be easily reversed. Okay. Now let us see one more question. This question is third question. A colloidal solution is prepared by the method given in the figure. Here figure is given. What is the charge on AgI colloidal particles formed in test tube? How is Sol represented? Here, see here in the test tube you have taken the silver nitrate solution. That means if the test tube has silver nitrate solution, it will have excess of Ag ions. Okay, and from upper side you are adding Ki. When you are adding Ki, at that time Ag positive combines with I negative and it forms a PPT of Agi. Now AgI is formed, but in excess which ion is present? Ag ion is present in the test tube, so it will be adsorbed on PPTs. Therefore this Ag ion will develop the positive charge and it will be represented as AgI/Ag positive. Let us come to next question. Next question is again a definition type of question, that is define term electrophoresis. Electrophoresis is defined as a movement of colloidal particles towards oppositely charged electrode in electric field. This is called as electrophoresis. Another term is micelles. Micelles are the type of colloidal solution in which when electrolyte is present in low concentration, the salt is present in low concentration, it will behave like a normal electrolyte. But in case of higher concentration, the particles aggregate. For example, if I consider a soap, it is having two parts, one is head part and second is tail part. This tail part is hydrophobic and head part is hydrophilic. Now these soap particles, they will arrange themselves in a group, and in this occur only when the concentration is high. The group formed lies in a colloidal range and this group is called as micelles. Let us see its definition. There are some substances such as soaps or electrolytes which in low concentration behaves like an electrolyte, but at higher concentration the particles aggregate to form a molecule, to form a species which lies in a colloidal range. Okay, this is called as micelles. Now next definition is peptidization, that we have already discussed. Let us come to next question. Next question is a difference between lyophilic and lyophobic colloid. As the name represents, phobic means dar and philic means love. Therefore in such type of colloidal solution, if dispersion phase and dispersion medium has affinity, so they will be called as lyophilic sol, and if dispersion phase and dispersion medium don't have affinity, they hate each other, then they will be called as lyophobic sol. Lyophilic sols are normally reversible and they are more stable, while lyophobic sols are irreversible in nature and they are quite unstable. Next is again a difference between solution and colloidal solution. The first difference between solution and colloidal solution is size of particle. In case of solution, the size of solute particle is generally less than 1 nanometer, while in case of colloidal solution, you know the range, it lies between 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. And the second is solutions are homogeneous and colloidal solutions are heterogeneous. Third difference is they don't show Tyndall effect. They don't show Tyndall effect. They show Tyndall effect. Okay. Now next question. Out of silica gel and anhydrous calcium chloride, which will adsorb water? Word is adsorbed, and you very well know that silica gel adsorb water molecules, water vapors, while calcium chloride absorb it. Now next question is this question number 14. This is a graph question. Let us first of all focus on the graph. Here graph is between x by m, that is extent of adsorption and pressure. You can see the first graph is at temperature, that is 273, second at 244 and third at 195. You can see here that when pressure is increasing, let us take one example at 195. When pressure is increasing, the extent of adsorption goes on increasing. After some pressure, it becomes its value, the graph becomes straight. That means now with increase in pressure, there is no change in x by m. This pressure is a saturation pressure. And second thing, you note that here when temperature is higher, the extent of adsorption is lower. and when temperature is lower, the extent of adsorption, that is x by m, is higher. And such plots are called as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Isotherms are the plots which are between x by m and pressure, but here the temperature is kept constant. Let us see the question now. In this case, consider the adsorption isotherm given alongside and interpret the variation in the extent of adsorption when a temperature increases at constant pressure. Suppose you consider a pressure here and you have to interpret that what is the effect of increased temperature on extent of adsorption. You can see here, as the temperature is increased, here you are having higher temperature and upper on side you have a lower temperature. That means extent of adsorption decreases with increase in temperature. Now second question is, you have to discuss the extent of adsorption with respect to when pressure is increased at constant temperature. When pressure is increased, the extent of adsorption goes on increasing, and you can represent it by this formula, that is x by m is directly proportional to P, or it is x by m is equal to Kp. Okay, this is the case when pressure is low, at low pressure. When pressure is moderate, at that time x by m is equal to Kp raised to power 1 by n. And if pressure is very high, at very high pressure, it become independent of pressure, x by m is become equal to K. Okay, let us see here next question. Name the catalyst and promoter used in Haber's process. The catalyst used in Haber's process is iron, while molybdenum act as a promoter. Now see this question. Question number 19. The rough surface of catalyst is more effective than smooth surface. Answer lies in the fact that rough surface has more surface area. Greater the surface area, faster will be the rate of reaction. Hence, it is more effective than smooth surface. Second question is, smoke pass through charge plate before allowing it to come out of chimney in the factory. We know that smoke contains carbon particles which lies in a colloidal range, and these colloidal particles, they get neutralized when they reaches towards oppositely charged plates, and hence they get deposited there. Next, neon get easily absorbed over charcoal than helium. Answer is, the critical temperature of neon is higher than that of helium. Moreover, the size of neon is more than that of helium, so greater will be the attractive van der Waals forces, and hence it will be easily adsorbed. Next question is question number 20. Silver nitrate solution is added to potassium iodide. This is just opposite we have discussed earlier. In this case, in a test tube, look at here. In a test tube we have taken Ki solution, and from upside we are adding silver nitrate solution. So in this case the PPTs formed will be of AgI, and as the test tube contains potassium iodide, so it will contain excess of I negative and K positive ion. I negative will adsorb on AgI PPTs, so the solution will develop the negative charge and it will be represented as AgI oblique I negative. Next question is, the size of finest gold soul particle increases in gold soul. The answer is, the color of colloidal solution depends upon the wavelength of light scattered by the colloidal particle, and we know that the wavelength scattered depends upon the size of colloidal particle. Earlier the gold particles are very fine, they are very small, hence in that case the wavelength emitted will be of red color. and as the size increases, the color gradually changes from purple to blue to finally gold. Next question is, what observation is made when two oppositely charged souls are mixed in equal proportion? When two oppositely charged souls are mixed in equal proportion, at that time their charges may be neutralized and their precipitation or coagulation will take place. Next question, why are lyophilic colloids more stable than that of lyophobic colloid? Answer is, the stability of lyophilic colloid is due to two reasons. The first reason is charge present on the lyophilic colloid particles. We know that in colloidal solution the dispersion phase particles have some charge, and due to these charges either it will be negative or it can be positive charge. Due to these charges the particles never come together and hence the solution is stable. But the another reason is, these dispersion phase particles, they are highly hydrated. In case of water, they are highly solvated, and due to solvation the energy is released and make the colloidal solution very, very stable. Next question is, why does leather get hardened after tanning? Animal hides are colloidal in nature. When the hide which has a positive particle is soaked in tannins which contain negative charge, at that time mutual coagulation takes place, and due to this mutual coagulation the hides become hard. Next is the last question, do the vital function of body such as digestion get affected during the fever? Explain your answer. Yes, the vital functions of body such as digestion get affected during the fever, because in digestion the enzymes are involved, and you know that enzymes do their work properly in between temperature range, that is 25 degrees centigrade to 37 degrees centigrade. And when you have a fever, at that time the temperature is raised, so enzyme cannot do their work maximum, hence the digestion get affected. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.